Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dreams of owning a home or investing in one. Today I was looking at my Instagram. I noticed a post that indicated Tyrese was being sued by his Airbnb host for property damages. So let's go over the video actually that was in the post. The video was taken by Tyrese, and he said, listen, all of the alterations are temporary. Nothing is attached. He made the alterations for the privacy and safety of his two daughters. And what he did do is he took a bed that was in the garage. He put it in the outdoor area, along with he bought a table and put it on the property. Okay, so what does the host say? The host claimed that Tyrese allegedly did cover the doors and windows, which would actually coincide with him saying that he wanted this for the privacy and safety of his two daughters. Okay, but next they mentioned that Tyrese changed the electrical panels and the outlets. Listen, guys, that is very dangerous to do. That is not something that one should take on at all without the approval of the host or the landlord. I'll tell you that you can act. There have been instances where electrical fires have been started in the walls. That means the entire house burnt down because the electrical wasn't done right, because there wasn't enough power, or there was maybe too much power or whatever, because I'm not a contractor, but things weren't done right and the property burnt down. Okay. You always want to get a licensed, insured, and bonded electrician. And what happens is not everybody does that. Most landlords and Airbnb hosts, for the most part, they will do that. Not all of them either, but for the most part, they will do that. But tenants and guests, a lot of times they don't always check. Majority of them don't. So that's why you don't want nobody messing with your electrical panel and outlets that he has been allegedly accused of, right? The next thing he did, they claim, he allegedly painted the fireplace gold. Now, I don't know what that has to do with the privacy and safety of his two kids. I'm assuming that that's just appealing to him. But again, that's an alteration that you need to get approval for, normally from a landlord. Normally, with the Airbnbs, you normally don't make those type of adjustments, but okay. The next thing is they claim that he damaged the HVAC units. They claim also that he asked their current landscaper to remove 22 banana trees, but when the landscaper refused, he went and hired another company to do so. The property manager intervened and did stop that. Here's the thing. Normally, when it comes to celebrity homes, they normally like the place to be full of trees because the trees provide privacy from onlookers, passersby, right? The paparazzi even. So I don't understand why he would do something like that. To me, the trees give privacy. Okay. And by removing the 22 at that would have eliminated privacy. And then again, it's not his property. He's renting. It's an Airbnb. I don't feel as though he should be, if that is the case, if he allegedly did it, I don't think it is right for him to do it without their approval. When you sign any lease, and even when you are going through Airbnb, or any short-term rental property, alterations normally are not acceptable. Okay, now, for those of you who don't know, who are new to my channel and to me, I've done landlording for about 24 years. And as far as being a short-term rental host, that started about 2 years ago. So I'm relatively new, but I have some insight on it. Now, I do notice as a host, people normally don't move furniture in. What they normally do is they'll rearrange your furniture, right? I haven't had, and I've also know from talking to other people, they've had their furniture stolen. Here's the thing. People, they are attached to the way their property is decorated, believe it or not. And they will notice when certain things are missing. I know someone who actually had his dining table taken. Listen, it's not cool. You may not like it, but you need to learn to live with it. It's one thing when it's rearranged, but it's another thing when it's removed and other things are added, and vice versa. So please don't do it. If you do it, please put everything back the way it was when you got there. Why? Because see, as a host, you're responsible for cleaning up the place. Now, I clean my own place. Other people, they'll hire somebody to clean for them. But then it's another thing to move the furniture. If you, especially that table that he bought and he put in the house, he should take that table and move it out. Why should the host incur any cost in removing that table? Why should the host incur any cost in repainting the fireplace back to the way it was? And what does the fireplace color have to do with the safety and privacy of his kids? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm not getting if he did that, because he did not admit to that in the video that I saw put up. Okay, so, and what many of you in the comment section of that particular video, what many of the people that I saw, it seems as though they don't know. I guess it did seem as though many people were young, but a contract does mean something still. And if the contract says no alterations, no renovations, then don't do it, period. And the host and the landlord does have the right to sue you if you do it. They're not being money hungry or greedy, all right? And that's another thing. Okay, so he was paying $20,000 a month for this property. Okay, a lot of people in the comments section was stuck on that. They were money struck on it. Listen, California is an expensive state. Things are not cheap. Now, I have to admit, that particular property was more expensive than other homes in the Woodlawn area that hosted on Airbnb. But here's the thing. You know what you're getting into before you sign the contract, before you click and say, yes, I want to take this property. You know what you're getting into. And he, from what I saw, he didn't seem like he had a problem with it. He's also a celebrity. He's also a famous person. They don't live like a regular person. They have to spend that money because there are certain things that they need and that they require that is going to cost more money than if they were to live in a regular house anyway. Okay, so guys, just get over the fact that, oh, it was $20,000 a month. Oh, and there were comments like, he paid $20,000 a month. He should do whatever. He should have been allowed to do whatever he wanted. No, he should not be allowed to do whatever he wanted to do or felt like doing. That is a falsehood. Next, someone mentioned that the property values probably went up after he did his renovation. As someone who took the certificate a long time ago, mind you, as a real estate appraiser, I would have to disagree with that, or I would hold back, because you cannot assume that because someone renovated a property that made the property values go up. That's not how that works. Okay, there are some renovations that will improve property, but from what I could see in that video, I did not see where the renovations made it better. The other thing too is, or made it more appealing, or it wasn't appealing to me at all personally. Now, granted, they did not show what the video, or I'm sorry, not the video. They didn't show what the Airbnb looked like before he changed, before he added furniture and what have you, and some of the other claims that the host mentioned. It didn't show that in the video, but you can't make the assumption that just because somebody made a renovation that it improved value, because it doesn't always do that. I'll give you an example. Sometimes there's been where a house has like 4 bedrooms, and someone will go in there, renovate it, and change the 4 bedrooms and make it a 3-bedroom. You see, when you change a 4-bedroom into a 3-bedroom, you're not actually increasing the property value. You just lowered the property value when you did that. So not all renovations make things better. Just so you know, it may make things better for the homeowner, but when they turn around and want to sell it, they're not going to be able to sell it for the same amount of money as their neighbor did. Okay. Then, others mentioned, well, they could go into their homeowner's insurance, and the homeowner's insurance would cover the damages that occurred. It depends on what the homeowner's insurance is claiming. You'd be surprised. A lot of times you think you're covered in everything, and then when certain things happen, you find that no, that's not covered, and that has to come out of pocket. I learned the hard way when I had a sewage backup in my basement. Okay, so no, he would have to go over the homeowner's insurance. But Airbnb, now they have an insurance. So if someone does damage your property, right, and even that has certain stipulations to it, but they will cover the damages that a guest leaves. And the host claims that the HVAC units were damaged by Tyrese, allegedly. Okay, so they'll definitely cover that. The repainting of the fireplace, they're not covering that. The insurance is not going to do that. That is something that will definitely have to come out of the host pocket. Now, and also anything that was temporarily put up, even though it wasn't taken down, technically that would probably also come out of the host pocket, and it would not be covered by insurance. The insurance also, I doubt very much, honestly, if they would even cover what was changed allegedly. Have to keep saying that word to protect myself. But whatever was changed in the electrical panel, they would have to, I doubt very much if the insurance company would make that change. And that kind of says to me that maybe those of us who host short-term rental stays, should put a lock on our electrical panels just in case we have somebody who wants to go ahead and play with that, right? Yeah, this is a lesson, not just me teaching you guys, this is a lesson for me that I'm learning myself, right? So then another thing, and this also goes back to the safety, is that there were a lot of ladders around, and I'm not sure how that again adds to the safety of his two daughters at all. So this is going to be a very interesting case, guys. I'm interested in, I'm already learning right now before this actually goes to court. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting take. There's definitely more information that needs to come out and that will be coming out. I'm not sure if it'll come out to the public, but yeah, this is something that we all definitely can learn from. And guys, before you make any assumptions, you gotta go and pick up some books and get the basics of real estate down, because I'm telling you, from what I read in the comments, and I read quite a bit, there's so many of you that you're going to get hurt in this world because you don't know. That scripture that says, my people suffer for the lack of knowledge, it is so real. It is so real. So guys, anyway, I hope the information that I've shared with you will help you make smart financial moves. Feel free to pass this amongst your friends. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.